podrán besar otros labios, te podrán tocar tu cuerpo, más aún te quieran.
Here we are into a different song. She is literally reading the lyrics from her phone.
Sound check.
Well, good day there. Welcome back to another vocal analysis here at Voice Essentials. We have got a really interesting one today. We are about to listen to, and I have to read this because this is not a singer I am familiar with prior to right now. This was a singer suggested to me by one of our viewers, Roima, and Roima, I even hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. This is Emily Galavis, and I think she's Venezuelan. She, at the time of this recording, she's about 16, 17. And this is the song Medley Number One. I think the native title for that is Popurrí 01. This performance has been celebrated in, this is what my research suggests, has been celebrated for its authentic cultural application. It's, and you'll hear it once we get into it. It has this incredibly Latin drive to it, and the vocal is the very, very same. Keep in mind, as we're listening to this, we are listening to a young woman who is presenting with this amazingly seasoned, not only voice, but cultural maturity. Let's get in, and there are three instruments from memory. There are three instruments. There's a let me find it here. I had to write down a lot of notes for this one because it's not the sort of stuff I would usually listen to, but I've enjoyed it. That's what I love doing about these vocal analyses videos is we step right out of, your Western pop, and we listen to a whole range of different music genres, and in keeping with that, a whole heap of different vocal styles. So this has got the three main instruments. The genre is traditional Venezuelan folk, and there are three live musicians: harp, a cuatro, not to be mistaken for a ukulele, and the maracas. And let's dive in here and have a watch. There's a little bit of length to this one, but given that it's got this real difference for us, let's enjoy it.
Otra vez. Ya, llegas, te sientas, yo te pongo el paral. Ya arranca. 2, 3 y...
Oh, and bass. Just the music is amazing. Just the music is amazing. Get a load of how young they all are. Like this is young people playing authentic culture, and that's important for the continuance of culture in music. That young people take up that flame and maintain the authenticity of those musical roots.
Con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, o es que usted no ha comprendido que es lo que no se respeta y que para un desafío hay que ser mujer completa. Con lo mío, 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 con lo mío si se lo osa, con lo mío, mío,
there are so many things to say here. The placement is rock solid, but yet I hear this as a cultural nuance. On the end of a lot of the phrases, the phrasing falls back. It's allowed to. It's intentional, would be my interpretation. And so we get this fraying of tone on the release, on the offsets, but everything else is sitting up and forward and with pinpoint accuracy in the placement. The other thing that really stands out to me is the articulation is like, man, it is running at 100 kilometers an hour, which in metric is fast, if you're wondering. It is flying. Let's keep going. And wow, I mean, if this was recorded beginning to end in one take, what is going to be interesting to observe, because I haven't watched this all the way through, what is going to be interesting to observe is, can that energy be maintained? I think we're about to find out.
Porque me pone nerviosa y no se sabe cómo puede reaccionar con su rival. La mujer cuando es celosa, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, o es que usted no ha comprendido.
I just want to have a listen to that again, because I thought I heard some sonic difference when we switched cameras there.
Con su rival, la mujer cuando es celosa, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, con lo
Just
mío,
there.
mío, mío.
Hear that? So whether she's dropped her mic and we don't get to see it, it may well be that we're hearing the stitching together of a few different takes. I don't know. And I'm not suggesting anything untowards if that was what they did. I'm just pointing it out.
Con su rival, la mujer cuando es celosa, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío no se meta, o es que usted no ha comprendido que es lo que no se respeta y que para un desafío hay que ser mujer completa. Con lo mío, 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 con lo mío soy celosa, con lo mío, 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 con lo mío soy celosa por cuidar de mi marido. Soy capaz de cualquier cosa, de enfrentar un río crecido o a una tigra mariposa.
I love the way she moves through her registers there seamlessly. Like it even doesn't sound like a register movement. It just has this lovely, lovely flow through the voice. Great. Great.
Va colgando de un hilito mi corazón, mi corazoncito, busco refugio en otro amorcito. Mi gabancita sigue tu empeño. Esto parece un guayabo eterno, más que un infierno, esto es un capricho. Y como vivo de su recuerdo, el dolor es sabrosito. Va colgando de un hilito mi corazón, mi corazoncito, busco refugio en otro amorcito. Mi gabancita sigue tu empeño. Esto parece un guayabo eterno, más que un infierno, esto es un capricho. Y como vivo de su recuerdo, el dolor es sabrosito.
Pace and the tempo is just... cool. well, we're going to listen to that again. I want you to watch her mouth shape, and the mouth is so set to produce the very tone we hear, placed in the manner that we hear it. This is a great example of nature and nurture at work, in the sense that I would never want to suggest that she's just born this way. We don't just pop out of the womb and start singing, right? But being as young as she is, there are some certain level of physical attributes and tendencies that she obviously has naturally that lend themselves to her being able to do this at the age of 16 or 17. What will be really interesting would be to listen to her in 20 years, to then be able to see the way life has shaped with life experience, maturity, the aging of the instrument, to see where does the voice go from here when nurture gets to play a bigger role in the nature. That would be fascinating. Have a watch of the mouth shape. Here we go. She doesn't overdo it either.
Ay, Gabancito, ay, Gabán, Gabán, ay, Gabancito, yo también sufrí bastante cuando perdí mi amorcito. Por la verde inmensidad del llano que ha florecido, viene cruzando un gabán con rumbo desconocido, en su vuelo triste y leve va despertando caminos, cruzando la soledad del horizonte perdido, va detrás de su gabana que con otro se le ha ido. Ay, Gabán, ay, Gabancito, ay, Gabán, Gabán, ay, Gabancito, yo también sufrí bastante cuando perdí mi amorcito. Te podrán besar otros labios, te podrán tocar tu cuerpo, más aún te quieran.
Here we
no
are into a
pueden
different
mejor
song.
tocarte por dentro.
She is literally reading the lyrics from her phone. I there's something about that really tickles me. They haven't even tried to hide the use of lyrics. That's refreshingly authentic. I love it. I love it. She didn't use them in the previous piece, but here we are. It has to be lyrics. I don't think she's checking her socials in the middle of a recording session. That's crazy. Let me know what you think of that in the comments. Does that diminish what we're seeing, or does it heighten it and give you a sort of an added sense of appreciation for what we're watching? That's wow.
Porque tu alma con la mía mantienen un juramento y eso no podrá borrarlo ningún tipo de sentimiento. Por eso aunque te estés lejos.
I want to see the mic she's using. That is a straight industry standard bass level Shure SM58 cardioid dynamic microphone. What's really interesting about that is the context of the recording. It does suggest to me that even if we're hearing multiple takes stitched together here, that we're still hearing, like she hasn't gone after the videos have been done and re-recorded the vocals, or she's singing along to a pre-recorded vocal. I do think we're hearing here a live captured vocal. And in part because the 58 is going to be less, it's not going to be picking up as much of what's going on in the room because she's singing right alongside acoustic instruments here, the harp what do we call it? The cuatro. The bass won't be so much because it's an electric bass, but also the maracas. So the 58 is going to pick up less of that than if she was on a supercardioid condenser mic, which was what we would typically see a singer recording into in a studio space.
Cerquita de mí te siento y si sufres vida mía siento un puyazo en el pecho, pero cuando estás feliz también me siento contento, es que lo que compartimos no lo anulará ni el tiempo. A mi Dios le doy las gracias por el día de nuestro encuentro, Él te puso en mi camino en el preciso momento cuando más necesitaba orientación y afecto de un querer como tú con tanto conocimiento.
I do want to point out, and we talk about this here at Voice Essentials a little bit, and we've certainly talked about it in the past, where we talk about the cost of using lyrics in a performance, and that is it consumes part of your brain process, and it will dilute your ability to perform, to present. And I do think we get to see that here. Do we hear any reduction in the quality of the vocal? No, we don't. But do we get to hear a little bit of a diminishment? Is that a word? Diminishment? A diminishing of the storytelling aspect. And I think we do. I think there was an energy that we had at the front end in the first piece that I feel like it's just softened that a little bit. And I do wonder whether it's because it's almost like there's someone else in the room that she's now paying attention to. And in this instance, it's the phone. The energy's back now. There's no phone. Interesting. Interesting. You leave your comments below. Let me know if you are hearing it the same way I'm hearing it. I really do hear a difference in energy, performance-wise, between when she had held the phone and when now she's not holding the phone. For me, there's a difference. I'll be interested to read your views of things.
Ayer tarde estaba yo allá en Apure cantando muy divertido. Ayer tarde estaba yo allá en Apure cantando muy divertido. Recordando para mí, sí para mí, aquellos ya no queridos. Recordando para mí, sí para mí, aquellos ya no queridos.
Sorry, I just want to that little tongue trill there. I really enjoyed that. There's that consistent placement again.
Una morena fina que no me traga ni un bocado, que me traga le queda el tarugo atravesado. ¿Verdad que sí? ¿Verdad que yo? De moda no hay otra, solamente yo. ¿Verdad que sí, que sí, que sí? De moda que yo. De moda no hay otra, solamente yo.
The genre has such a strong spoken value to it, doesn't it? Like you get the sense that the singer is just speaking on melody. Like and that is not an easy thing to do if you know, as a task in and of itself. But and we're watching a young person here do a stand-up job of presenting the genre, certainly to someone who is uneducated and hasn't listened to this genre a lot at all, and so there well could be, you know, things that I'm not picking up that are necessary in the genre that are not being displayed. I don't know. I'm only taking it at face value, and I just really love that melodious speaking, if you will, and that's what, in one sense, drives that consistent placement. You know, a lot of us do find it a lot easier to maintain a sense of consistency in our spoken placement than we do in our singing.
Que sí, que sí, que sí. De moda que yo. De moda no hay otra, solamente yo.
There's that shape again.
Mi sombrero me acompaña en todas mis travesías y cuando lo cargo puesto, la mayor valentía. El sombrero es una prenda para mí de mucha valía que lo usamos los llaneros en la llanura bravía. Protege de las fieras y de muchas brujerías, de los fuertes aguaceros, del sol de mediodía. Y cuando monto a caballo me da mayor simpatía. En las tardes de goleo lo luzco con alegría. Y junto a mi liqui me da mayor jerarquía. Sombrero mi sombrero es mi mejor compañía. Él conoce mis secretos y todas mis picardías. Al saludarme lo quito como mi padre lo hacía. Lo uso porque me gusta, no crean que es una manía. Sombrero mío, mi sombrero parte de la vida mía.
Really interesting. Knows exactly where that spot is, doesn't she? She hasn't missed it in a single one.
Lo pongo en la mañana, me abre el entendimiento cuando voy a las parrandas, me da mayor versación. Si un llanero me acorrala, tengo de todo tipo, borsalino, pelo guama, el sombrero hecho de paja, y el de cogollo de palma, un sombrero viejito de salir a la sabana, con barbiquejo del rejo, el cuero de una orejana, cuando me pega la sed,
as I said, it's not usually the sort of thing that I would listen to, but it's a great thing to be able to appreciate a genre that we're not used to, vocal style that we're not typically used to, and Roima, thank you for suggesting Emily. Emily is garnering a lot of attention, and I can understand why, having watched that. I hope you've enjoyed that. It was kind of off the beaten track for what we would normally, review here on the channel, but that's what we try to do. We do try and explore different styles, different voices, and there is so much we can learn, and from doing that, and then apply them to our own genre, our own style, and that's a good thing to do. I hope you've enjoyed today's vocal analysis. I look forward to seeing you in the next one. I'm Dr. Dan. Sing well.